Hey, I'd like to share with you a power thought today, a biblical principle found in Isaiah chapter 1, verse number 19. The Bible says, "If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land." If we are willing and obedient, we shall eat the good of the land. I think most people are willing to do what God is directing them to do. I think most people are willing and have willing hearts concerning the directives of the Lord. I think the key where many of us miss it is the obedience part. Willingness is simply, yes, Lord, I am willing to consider what you are saying to me. I'm willing to do it. But it's another whole level and dimension to step out and execute and do what God is prompting you to do. That's the obedience part. If I am willing and obedient, I shall eat the good of the land. If you are willing and obedient, not only willing and desirous to do what God is saying, but actually step out and be very proactive and act upon, flesh out, and execute that which God is prompting you to do. That's the obedient part. Back there in Genesis, the book of beginnings, chapter number 17, God has a patriarch by the name of Abraham, and God is about to make a covenant with Abraham, and there's a sign to the covenant. In chapter 17, verse number 10, this is what God says to Abraham. "This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your seed after you. Every male child among you shall be circumcised." Circumcision was the sign of covenant between God and Abraham. Every single male child, his own son, those that were born in his house, every male child had to be circumcised. And here's what I think is really cool. In verse number 23, "And Abraham took Ishmael." At that point in time, Isaac was not born yet. Ishmael, the son of Hagar, was 13 years old. "And Abraham took Ishmael, his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of the foreskin in the very same day as God had said unto him." In other words, when God told Abraham, the sign of covenant between me and you is circumcision, Abraham didn't belabor it. He didn't rationalize, intellectualize, mull it over. Abraham, the very same day, executed the directive of the Lord. Verse number 26, "In the very same day was Abraham circumcised, and Ishmael his son." Friend, let me share with you today. If God is speaking to your heart, if God is saying something to you, be it spiritually or ministerially or parentally or vocationally, in any area, if God is speaking to you from His Word, yes, you need to be willing. That's part A. But part B is obedient. If we're going to eat the good of the land and we're going to enjoy the blessings of God and the fruitfulness and the increase of God, we must be willing and obedient. Abraham didn't let any grass grow under his feet. The very same day, yes, he was willing, but he also was obedient, and he acted upon that which God told him to do. Today, friend, what is God telling you to do? Be willing, but most important, be obedient, and the blessings of God will overwhelm you. God bless you with that power thought today.